Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing the Paratubers tag that Paranormal Captivity has put out. I think it's a really fun and interesting tag and the first tag video I'm ever doing. She's actually one of the YouTubers I've been following for a really long time, along with Lady Locke's Life and Graveyard Girls earlier videos as far as inspiration for the paranormal side to my channel. I know I have not been posting a lot, and what I have been posting has been craft related, mostly because of anxiety reasons. Crafting is one of my biggest coping skills. Um, but I'm just gonna get into it here. The first question is, if you could use only one piece of paranormal equipment in your whole life, what would it be? I choose a voice recorder because while video evidence is really good, a lot of times video evidence will be called into question more often than vocal evidence, actually, that I've found, at least personally. And I've caught a lot of interesting things on voice recordings that I no longer have because I have no idea where they went, which is kind of disheartening in a way. The second question is, if you could live in one haunted city/location, what would it be? I would love to live in the Bogs of Ireland because if you know anything about the Bogs of Ireland, there's a lot of mythology surrounding the threefold death and the bog mummies that they have found and the disembodied voices that have supposedly been heard. Would love to visit Ireland someday and actually explore those. But I would essentially love to be a bog witch. I could totally be a bog witch and be totally cool with that. Um, the third question is, how did you react to your first paranormal encounter? Well, my first paranormal encounter, as I've mentioned before, was when I was very young and I didn't fully know what was going on. I just knew that there was a headless man and he was talking to me through the head in his hand. Um, it was a spirit that I saw many times over the years that actually turned out to kind of be a guardian spirit, if you would. I don't know how many of you believe in that, but personal beliefs, personal experiences. I'll probably talk a lot more about him than I've touched on in the future. Um, Fourth question, what reactions do you get when people find out about your interest in the paranormal? I've been called insane. I've had it questioned whether or not I have schizophrenia. I've had it questioned, you know, are these things really happening to you? And I've had people in the midst of paranormal experiences with me who were like, are you causing this? What did you do? And that's another reaction I get kind of often, like, you're totally yanking my chain here. What the hell is going on? Um, Describe your feelings regarding the paranormal in one word. Comforting. Now, I know for a lot of people that will seem very strange, but I have lived in a haunted house since birth. Everywhere I move, ends up spirits follow me. I've been in non-haunted houses, and I have my cousin Megan, who was actually in one of my last paranormal videos with the We've Got Spirits. Um, we will go someplace that has no spirits, and it feels very empty and kind of cold because we're always expecting some sort of presence to be there because very, very often when we go somewhere we sense spirits. So to not sense something in a place feels very eerie and uncomfortable and kind of the feeling that most people would probably get from going into some place that is haunted. We get going into some place that is not because haunted places have been such a familiarity for so long in our lives. Um, Next question. Question 6. If you could make one creature, legend, myth, real, what would it be? I have always had a fondness for Selkies. And those Selkies are kind of like sea vampires that prey upon humans. They're actually very interesting creatures in my mind. And the saddest portion of the Selkie myths to me is the imprisoning of the Selkie women. But Selkie men have fascinated me in their depth of hatred of man for so long that it would be interesting to perceive in real life. Also probably really terrifying. But in theory, this is completely theoretical, I would be interested in seeing Selkies. Question 7. Do you have any haunted objects? I do not. I've never had any haunted objects per se, which is interesting considering the amount of haunted things I come across just per chance in my life, but haunted objects is a no. Question 8. Do you believe in spirit animals or have you had any experience with them? Yes, I do believe in spirit animals. And actually, the experience that I most recently had was a conversation where my cousin, my sister, and I were on a trip to Virginia. And it was just kind of a girls' trip. We were getting away for the weekend. I knew there was a purpose for our trip, but I forget exactly what it was. We honestly take so many road trips for random reasons. We really do. It's a problem, but not really, because we never go broke from it. But, on this road trip, it was the first time my sister had ever really come with us, and we were talking about spirit animals, and I was explaining, my spirit animal and how I came about figuring out what it was and things like that. My cousin was talking about her spirit animal and how it affects her schizophrenia and what she sees and things of that nature. And my sister was like, well, I wonder what my spirit animal is. Like, how can you tell me what mine is? And I'm like, I don't have those answers. That is something that is very personal that only you can find. And around that same moment, we see this red fox just prancing along the side of the road, dancing almost beside the car. And a little while later, because we're still puzzling through this, we're like, hey, do you see foxes very often? And she's like, yeah, why? I see them all the time. We never see foxes. Foxes are not a common thing, especially for them to be out in the open in the middle of the day, prancing alongside our car along the road, going at a pretty healthy clip. And that was, as far as we could tell, that was a spirit animal experience that we had with my sister. And the final question, question 9. Would you purchase and live in a house that was super cheap, knowing that paranormal activity was an everyday thing and could not be stopped? Absolutely. I currently live in a haunted house. I've always lived in places that have had some sort of activity, from the apartments I've had to the houses I've lived in. I would absolutely hands down buy a haunted house. Knowing going into it that it's haunted is actually one of the perks, I guess, of haunted things. This tag is actually a lot of fun, and thank you, Kat, for making this tag. It'll actually probably get my channel out there a little bit more. Shout out to all 11 of my subscribers. I love you all, and I hope this grows more. Hearts and hugs and spooky bat kisses. Yay. Alright guys, please subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I will talk to y'all when I can find the time to make more videos, which is hopefully very soon. Bye!